Hey guys, what's up? It's Jessica, and today's video is actually going to be a collab. It's going to be with Ariana. Her channel will be linked down below, and her video is right here. And on my channel, I'm doing just over 10 tips and tricks and stuff to going to Disneyland and Disney World. This is all by experience. I do these things myself, so yeah. And on her channel, she's going to be doing a makeup look for Disney, linked right here or down below. So anyways, let's get into the video. So the first tip is to use fast passes. Now, they're a bit different for Disneyland and Disney World. Disneyland, you have to go up to a kiosk and they're marked on the map and they're marked on whatever, and if you ask any cast member, they will tell you where they are, and they're normally right next to the ride, but they're not for every single ride. Yeah, but you just go up to it and you stick your pass inside the machine and it spits out a fast pass and back out your ticket, and then it has return time on it and it just says come back between 10:30 and 11:30, and you got to go into a separate line that's shorter and faster, hence fast pass. And yeah, Disney World, you actually have them preset on your either Magic Band or your ticket, depending on what you choose to have. Boo, you need to stop. If you book a trip and you have a Magic Band, you can actually book up to, I think it's 3 months or 100 days or something before you actually go on the trip. You can book fast passes for the entire thing, and you can book up to 3 per day, only for one park, I'm pretty sure. Can't do multiple parks, but it's 3 per day. If you use them all in the morning and then you want to go get more, you can just go to one of the kiosks that they have around the park and they'll actually give you more fast passes. Not as good selection since they're all picked over, but you can actually get some more on the day of, after you've used your 3 and they've all expired. So hint to that, if you think you can only get 3, you can actually get more, but you just have to go and wait in line and get them put on. My next tip is to watch fireworks from other places that aren't like the typical place to watch it. Most of the time they just watch it on Main Street, right in front of the castle, and that's what people think is the best view. And boo, stop! It may be the best view, but it gets really busy and you have to go and wait early for them. So if you don't want to have to go and wait early for the fireworks and you want to do more rides and stuff, you can actually just go to other places in the park. You can watch it on rides, that's what I like to do. You can just walk farther down Main Street, you can watch it by the entrance, depending on what park you are at and where you are at the time. But you can actually, if you go around the area, you can probably watch the fireworks. Not as good view, but you'll still be able to see them and you have more time to do other stuff. The next tip is to go into the park early. Now if you have like the extra magic hour, it's either an hour earlier or an hour later, like after the park opens or closes. So you go and use it. You get this if you stay on property, mainly at Disney World and Disneyland. I'm pretty sure if you stay at one of their like special hotels or something. I forget which ones get it. I should know, but I forget. But you get to actually go into the park an hour early or an hour later than what the rest of the general public gets to do. So that way the lineups are shorter and everything. So go and use that. Get there for, like, if it opens at 7, well 8 normally, and it opens at 7 for the extra hour. Be there at like 6:50 or 6:55 or something, so you actually get into the park and get in right away. That way if there's a new ride or anything, you can go to it straight away and you'll get on it and won't have to wait like 3 hours. My next tip is to go early for parades. Now, a lot of people think they can just go up and walk and watch it, and you can, but at the same time, you won't be able to see it as well. Boo, stop! If you want to be able to actually get a good seat and sit on like the curb or the sidewalk or whatever, what you can actually do is go early, have someone, stop! Have someone from your party go and get dinner for everyone, and you can just sit on the curb and eat dinner and wait for the parade to start. They have people coming up and down the street with balloons and glow sticks and all those fun stuff, so yeah. My next tip is probably the #1 thing I do, and that is bring food and water into the park. Now, a lot of people think you aren't allowed to, but you are. They don't confiscate it. I've never had anything taken away. I brought in sandwiches and granola bars and crackers and cookies and whatever, really, trail mix, anything. Water bottles, open or closed, paid for, like bottled water or like bottles of water that you filled yourself, like doesn't matter. Just don't bring alcohol or anything like that in, because obviously they'll take that away and you're not allowed to bring that in. But just put it in your bag or your pocket or wherever and just bring it in. It saves you a lot of money in the end, and if you're hungry and you're in a lineup and you can't bring food inside to that inside part, I guess, you can just pull out like trail mix or something and have that, and you're all set. Plus that way you don't have to spend like $4 on a bottle of water. My next thing is also to help save money, and that is buy ears from other places, like just, you know, ears that people wear. If you're thinking that, oh, you don't want to wear those because they're weird, trust me, everyone wears them. It's normal, it's fine, you fit in, no one thinks anything weird of it, so go ahead and wear them. I always wear them. I've never not worn any. So yeah, if you're worried about that, don't worry. But you can buy them from other places, like at Disneyland, there's a place just down the street. It's an ABC, and I think ears are $5 instead of $25. So if you don't really care about getting it from Disney and have it like authentic Disney stuff, go ahead and buy it from other places or online or anything before you go, because it'll save you a lot of money once you get there. My next tip is to go on rides during parades and fireworks and that kind of stuff. I said that about the fireworks, saying how you can watch the fireworks from different rides, but a lot of the big rides and the stuff that are, you know, more family orientated rides, the lineup goes down a lot compared to like the daytime when there aren't parades or aren't fireworks going on. As long as you can get around the all the people that are trying to watch the fireworks or the parade or something, then go in the lineups and wait for the rides. Instead of waiting like 2 hours, you can wait like half an hour for a ride, or instead of like half an hour, you can wait like 5 minutes and just walk on, and the 5 minutes is only because it like takes 5 minutes to get up to the front of the line. The next tip is to get the park hopper. Now, I've pretty much always gotten a park hopper because it seems like it's the best thing to do. And if you don't know what it is, basically if you're at Disney World or Disneyland, you can either go from Disneyland, you can go from Disneyland to California Adventure and you can just walk back and forth. And that's really nice because if it's like, I want to go on this ride and I also want to go on that ride, but that ride is a huge lineup, so you can go out of like California Adventure and into Disneyland and go on that kind of stuff, and then go back later once like the lineups have died down or there's a parade going on or something like that. You can always go on the rides then and wait shorter lineups, and you can do everything in one day really if you wanted to. It goes with Disney World, except there's 4 parks and they're driving distance. You cannot walk between them. They are on highways and it's huge distances. So another one of my tips is, if you're at Disney World, then get a car. I realize like if you're not 25, you aren't allowed to rent a car. So like that's going to be an issue if I ever travel there with my friends or something after I've graduated. I have to wait till I'm 25, so that's like another 8 years from now I have to wait till I can actually rent a car there, or anywhere even. They have shuttles that go back and forth between the parks and all their hotels that are on property, so if you can't rent a car, then for sure stay on property. And personally, I think it's better to stay on property because that way you get your magic hours, and there's cafeterias there which have actually really good food, so you can always get food and it's just easy to get to, and you just stay in the Disney atmosphere the entire trip that you're there. So like, I don't know, I love Disney really. If you just want to go to the parks and just for the rides for like the day, I wouldn't recommend staying there. If you're doing that and then Universal for 3 days and then going to Miami or whatever, if you're doing other stuff, then maybe not stay on the property because it's not super cheap. It's not overly expensive for what you're getting, but there are cheaper stuff outside of the property. But if you don't have a car and your main focus is going to Disney World, then for sure stay on property, because that way you can get there and it'll be fun. My next tip is to get buttons if you're celebrating something. You just go right to, like, it's different. Disneyland, it's actually like right in Main Street. There's I forget what the actual name of it is. I should probably know that too, but I don't. But guest services, I guess you just go to, and if it's your birthday or your anniversary or your first time there, you just tell them that and they'll actually write you out like a birthday button, or you know, if it's your anniversary, they'll give you an anniversary button. And if it's your birthday, a lot of people say happy birthday to you, so if you're not comfortable with that, then don't do it, because like they're gonna say happy birthday to you. I like that. I think it's nice for like all the people that say happy birthday to you. Sometimes I've gotten free stuff. Don't abuse this and just think that you're gonna get free stuff, but I have gotten fast passes before, and I have gotten free popcorn before, because it's like, oh, it's your birthday, here you go. I don't know, I just did that, which isn't normal because I've had my birthday there quite a few times, and I don't know, it hasn't happened every single time, only a few times. So if it happens, then it's just like the luck of the draw. But if you want to do that, then I would recommend doing that because it's also a souvenir that's free. Another tip to save money is to go to the Disney outlet. Now in Florida, it's at this mall, in Outlet Mall. Don't know what the exact name of the mall is, but you can just Google Disney Outlet in Florida and it should come up. It has, I guess, the stuff from last season's stuff. Like if it's now just after Valentine's Day, they're gonna have all the Valentine's Day stuff that didn't sell there, and they're gonna send it to the store and you're gonna get it for a discounted price. This also means that you might get hoodies or t-shirts or ears or anything that's cheaper than what you could have gotten inside the park. Some of the stuff is the same. Not very often you'll get like the exact same thing, but you can get really similar stuff, like the old mugs that didn't sell fully, so you can get those for like $5 instead of $15. Sometimes the sales are really, really good, sometimes not so great, but it's worth the drive out there, and I'm pretty sure you can always get a shuttle there. There's shuttles to quite a few different places, and I think that that's one of them. Not 100% sure, so don't like quote me on that, but look into that if you don't have a car and you want to get there. My next tip is, if you've never been there before, make a plan and look at like the map before you go. There's apps that you can get for your phone that have like the park maps on them. This goes for any park, especially Disney World. Plan out the days you want to go to what park and what days you want to do what. Like maybe one day you want to stay later than the other because you want to go shopping. Plan that out for what day you want to watch the fireworks for, or the parade, because at off season they don't necessarily have it every single night, every single parade, or whatever. It's only certain nights. So make sure you look into that before you go. And if there's certain rides that you want to hit, make sure you go to those first if they're like newer rides or big ticket rides, because you want to make sure that you're not getting there at noon, wanting to go on the brand new ride that's 3.5 hour wait, waiting for that, and then having to go shopping right after that because it's the only day left and your time's up. You gotta go on one ride. So make sure you figure out what you want to do first and what's your top priority and what's like your lowest, if you want to go and meet all the characters or if you want to go on all the rides. Make sure you have a plan because time goes by really fast there, so make the most of it and plan it out ahead of time. It comes in handy if you've never been there before. And my last tip is to take lots of pictures, not too many where you're on your phone the entire time. Disney World does have Wi-Fi and does have Snapchat filters, which I think is really cool. But don't make the mistake of being on your phone the entire time. It ruins the experience. You can always look at other people's pictures and videos, but looking at it in person is different, so make sure you do that and don't just take pictures the entire time. But if you are taking pictures with like characters or people, don't think that you just have to buy the picture and only take them with certain people. You can take pictures on your phone. The cast members will take them, or your friends can take them, or family can take them. They don't care. We actually, when I went to California with my school, there was a group of us that went to take pictures with Disney princesses, and we actually got the person with the best phone, and they actually just took pictures with that and their camera. So if any of us wanted to buy a professional one and get it printed, we could, but we'd also all have it on our phone, and she just texted it to all of us because instead of taking pictures on like... So my camera died, so I'm finishing this off on my phone, so sorry that like the stuff changed. But anyways, if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and comment down below video suggestions because I can always use them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to Ariana's channel. It will be linked down below, as well as right here. You can click to subscribe to her. She's just starting out, and I feel like you're gonna like her videos if you like makeup or vlogs or anything like that. So make sure you go check out her channel and tell her I sent you, because why not? Anyways, I think that's all for this week's video. I will see you next Tuesday with another new video, and yeah.